Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, and welcome back to Baba Is You. Worm Lore 4 is a puzzle that is new to you. It is not new to me. I tried recording an episode earlier today and ended up with multiple interruptions and problems with the recording. And so this puzzle and the next one I have seen. I didn't manage to solve either of them. But let's go over it together. Worm is you, wall is stop, house is best, so it's glowing, lava is win, algae is weak, algae, worm on house is sleep. We've got a bunch of words here we can work with, and worm without algae and algae is weak. And so the way that that parses is we need 2 algae in the world, otherwise the worm becomes weak. So right now I can bop against walls and nothing happens, but if I break one of the algae, and then the worm tries to run against a wall, all of a sudden it dies. So algae and algae there refer to the without clause. So, what do we do in this one? Lava is win and there is no lava. I am fairly certain the correct strategy involves getting the worm out into the kind of area above the wall over here, pushing the words house is best to the left, which will also spell wall is lava, turn all the walls into lava, and that's how we're going to win. But how to do that is tough. So here's what I figured out so far. If we say not group, and nothing is currently in a group, so not group refers to all of the objects in the room, such as walls. Not group fear algae, then the walls, for example, will fear algae, and this wall tries to get away from that bit of algae and ends up pushing this word down, which gives me some more flexibility in terms of things that I can do. And so then I can also say algae fear group, and not algae is group, which means all of the objects that are not algae, the algae will become afraid of. And so if we watch the algae, it starts moving away from the walls. And I can also chase the algae around with the worm, doing stuff like that, because it's going to try to be fearful of any object that becomes next to it. And so one thing that's really interesting is if the worm goes over here, watch this algae, it kind of dances around because it has, I guess, a facing, and when there's a choice of where to go, like the facing kind of plays into it, and it's trying to get away from the walls all the time, and yada, yada, yada. And so I discovered that since there's some lag time between when the worm chases the algae away and when it goes different places, I could go and break some of these rules at an appropriate moment in time. And so can I get over here fast enough? If I do this, the algae stops there. I actually want it to stop a little bit sooner than that. And so I'm going to push all of these rules one to the left. And do this and have the algae stop over there. Is this what I want to do? I'm not sure this is actually what I want to do. So at this point, I could have the walls fear the algae. That would break algae is weak on the bottom, and it would push a wall to the left. Is that a good thing for me to do? Because I'm not sure I want to push that wall to the left. I'm not sure if the way for the worm to break out involves going like up through some walls over here or down through some walls over here. Either one would work in terms of eventually being able to get outside of the walls and do things. I guess let's try this because I haven't tried this. At this point, you're kind of caught up to all the stuff that I'd managed to do on my own in the previous kind of failed episode. So at this point, I want to say not group, which is to say, since there is no group, all of the objects in the world fear algae. So if I do that, the walls will run away, algae is weak will be broken, which means it's now possible for the worm to intersect the algae and everything's fine. But what would I want to do next from here? At this point, I've kind of cut off the worm getting out over in this direction, it feels like. So I'm not sure if that's good, but I'm not sure the correct way to break out. Getting the algae to stop here is somewhere between kind of like difficult and impossible. And even if I do, he can chase a wall to the north, but then there'll be walls on 3 sides of him, and getting him to stop in there is pretty impossible. To try to get more walls to be chased away like further up, and so I was thinking I needed to break out here somewhere. But I'm also kind of not very sure about that. Whenever the algae starts chasing away the walls, it ends up with a bunch of these places, like this one right here, where the walls are kind of enclosing on 3 sides, and the algae never wants to go in there. But there really aren't that many kind of flat places in the walls. Actually, if I could get the algae to stop here, which is also probably almost impossible. Is that ever possible? Because in order to get the algae here, the worm would have had to be either chasing it upwards or chasing it leftwards, and also break the rule at the moment that the worm was getting there, and the algae wouldn't be able to go through the text. So yeah, I'm not sure that it's possible to get the algae to stop here in order to have the walls fear it. There is a way to get the algae to stop here, which probably implies that there could be a way to get the algae to stop here as well. Let me go ahead and show that, because it's actually pretty interesting. So if I do some undoing, back to when I moved the walls away from the algae over here, and got the algae back to where it was dancing in the corner, right around here. This time, if I wait 1 and then break it, now the algae stops here. And so now, if I have not group fear algae, something interesting happens, which is with this wall moved out here, it now becomes possible to chase the algae over here. It then runs away from this wall and goes up here. It'll run away from this wall and go over here and run back to here. And so it does this little kind of like 4-step dance. And so as a result, at step 2 of the dance, I can make it no longer fearful, and the algae will pause here. And that's what enables me to break the wall above. That said, like, I'm not sure necessarily what else I can do with it. And let's just kind of witness the algae fearing things again. And then I can go and chase the algae around, and so just watch this. So right now it's dancing between these 2 walls. It's afraid of both. If I go up here, it's going to chase me back, alright. So if I go up here, then I can chase it out here, and now it's going to do its little 4-step thingy. And I'm going to chase it out and bring it back so you can see the full 4-step. So if I chase it here and just walk away, it does that. And over here, if I chase it here, it goes over there and tries to get away from you like that. So this gives you a sense of how the algae moves when the algae is fearing everything. And so I want to try to break through the ceiling wall, I think. I'm still not sure why the worm on the house is asleep. Like, it's probably just to prevent the worm from ever being able to go there, because then you can't control it anymore. I'm not exactly sure why that particular spot is noteworthy. I almost chased the algae into a corner. That would be not so good for me. But yeah, let's do a thing. So if I do this, chase the algae, this needed to be farther to the left. Is that reasonable? I think so. So if I do this... don't go that way. Hey, algae, come back. Is there a way to make it not go that way? Maybe I could do... that's a little bit too far up, though. Is it going to be scared of me yet? No. If it goes over here... Oh, it's not fearing me, of course. Okay, well, in that case, yeah, the algae isn't scared of me. There we go. Okay, so I can stand up here, do this, wait one turn for it to go there, and then break it there. And now I can move some walls again. So if I say not group fear algae, then I can move this wall up. Oh, and even the worm is afraid of the algae because the worm is not part of a group. So I'm trying to walk toward the algae and I just can't do it. It's too scary. But then if I had the algae fearing the group again, this is where I couldn't make any more progress. So algae fear group, not algae is group. I don't want to chase it there. I don't want to chase it there either. Yeah, I'm not even sure if I can get it up here now. I guess if I do this, there we go. Okay, so I managed to chase it up there. If I ever walk away, it's going to try very hard to get out. But while I am standing here, or while I just like moved into that square, yeah, it's just even gonna go right through me as it tries to like get away from walls. The walls are just as scary as the worm is. I don't know how I could make it stop being fearful in that moment. So I don't think I can have it stop being fearful and then try to push that wall away. And so I'm not sure what I can do next. Is there anywhere else noteworthy that I could chase you? That might be good. Suppose I chase you over this way. You'll want to stay away from the wall, sure. I can chase you into that corner, but you're just going to bounce back. Could I chase you into that corner from here and break the rule at the same time? I might be able to do that. That seems plausible to me. Suppose all of these rules were kind of like left one and down one. That seems plausible. So I'm going to break this so you're not as scared for now. Then do this. Then... darn, if I walk away, you're going to do that. So I need to be standing here. Ooh. And so if I was standing here... The reason I'm thinking about wanting to do this is so that I can chase this wall upward so it ends up where the worm is. And then that'll make it more possible for me to get the algae stuck in here, which I think I want to do. But in order to chase you around, I need to move to here. And then what are you going to do from there? You're going to try to find another way to get away. And if I just wait here, you're just going to bounce back and forth. So I do need to chase you here. And this is the moment where I need to break the rule, it seems like. So is it possible for me to... Ugh. I don't know that I can break the rule that way. Was there a way, if I had been standing here, you just start going up, and that's no good. So I do have to chase you to the left, and then chase you up like this to get you there. So is there a way I could break these rules with this step to the left? If I move up again, you'll be back down there, which is no good. If I chase you down here, I can move up into this square, and that is doable. Okay, so I have a plan now. The plan is to... I'm going to be standing here, so I want to move this entire rule set down and to the left. And that word I won't set up yet. But if I move the entire word set down and to the left, and then chasing you into the corner in the first place now is going to be difficult. I needed you already below me. I needed to leave you in the bottom corner while you were fearful. Okay, I can do that, I think. And you could have been fearful right here. And I think I can still chase you down there. Is that true? Yes. So you hang out down there. Yeah, that's a good place for you. Okay, great. So then, if I move all of this to the left, and yeah, I do want this word down here because I don't want it set up just yet. Okay, Algae, fear me. Run over here. Run over here, then run up there, then run up there, then run up there. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So now I just need to get all these words out, which is still possible. And I want to say not group fear algae. And that is totally doable. Just takes a little patience. Okay, and so now if I wait one, the walls do this. And so now I think I can chase algae into that little cubby hole in the upper left, which is what I would need. So I need algae fear group. Oops. And not algae is group. And then the worm can go back on scare duty. That's right, I said duty. Alright, and then from here, if I do this, you go down. If I do this, you go right, that's fine. From there, I should be able to chase you back to the left. There we go, and from here, you do indeed do a little dance. Okay, that's what I needed to know. So, when I'm here, I need to chase you one further to the left, and then I need to break the rule now, so that you'll be there. So I need... Is it possible for me to be able to break the rule then? It is if I rephrase the rule. So I need the word not here going horizontally, I think. Okay, I can do that. So not is actually going to be right where the algae is right now. And we'll set that up again in a little bit. So it's going to be not algae as group, and algae fear group is going to be rephrased going vertically. I just need to get these words back. Algae fear group. Okay, and so you should fear me. Yes, great. You just broke that. Is that going to be a problem? Yeah, you're not going to want to be there. I think I need to temporarily move all of these words down just so I can chase you somewhere useful. That probably work, because now you'll come to rest here, right? Oh, you come to rest here. And how did I get you in there? I can chase you here. And here. Oh wow, you'll even try to go there. So then from here, I need to go up. So this is the key place that I need to chase. But I need to, So I need to go left, up, and then break the rule. So actually I wanted to break a rule right here. Oh, that does not seem possible. Actually, it might be if I pin the word algae against the top, and I guess at this point I'm willing to try it. So I want to try putting the word not where the worm is right now. Alright, so let's give that a try. So that involves moving everything 1 to the right and 2 up. Oops. And we'll see if I still have all the words I need to do everything I need to do. Okay, so you should fear me. You should fear me. You should fear me. And then I break it up and you're no longer fearful. Great. And so now can I say... not group fear algae. I still have enough words to say that, and that might be enough. So not group. Fear algae. I broke open the wall. I pushed lava is wind to the left. That seems like a problem because now I can't say wall is lava. I can do this. That doesn't help me. I can do this, which says worm is house. That doesn't help me. I can do this. But I pushed lava is wind to the left. Rats. I wanted to push this to the left and say wall is lava, and then everything would be great. Is there anything else clever I can do from here? I don't know that there is. So I spent a lot of effort breaking through the wall. I finally broke through the wall, but the particular wall that I broke through was bad for reasons I didn't see until the end. I'm just going to experiment just to make sure I'm not missing... Oh! Some way that I can possibly save this. I just broke wall as stop. I'm still fearful of the algae. But I could break that and I could say algae is win now. Okay, shoo. Okay. It was important to evaluate if I was really in a failure condition or if there was still a way to save it. And there is still a way to save it. Algae is win! Okay, thank goodness. Yeah, when I was trying to record the prior episode, I got interrupted multiple times in that one, and I was getting pretty frustrated with it. And so, in the episode I tried to record, I got into this puzzle. So this one's interesting. Water eat all. So anything that tries to cross the water gets eaten. Water is still. The water's never moving. Not flag is not win. That means the only thing that can be win is flag. Not flag is not flag. That means nothing can be transformed into a flag. I can't say it is flag. Cliff is stop. It without it is you. I can't create two its. If I create a second it, then I'm no longer you. So for example, if I say lizard is it, then we're dead. And I've got lizard is it, shift, broken, flag is win. So a nice thing about the flag is win is it gives me an extra is that I can borrow to do different things. And so the idea I was working with previously that I'm pretty sure can't be done is I was trying to get two is's on top of each other so that I could say it is shift twice, and then I would be shifting myself, and then I think I might be able to like move 3 squares at a time or something like that. But that doesn't quite work. An obvious thing to try is lizard is shift. It does allow me to move 2 squares at once in various ways. Another obvious thing to do is to say it is shift, because it's just kind of a general way to push the lizard around or push other things around. If I push it there, the water eats everything. And if the lizard is shifting there, it just causes me to jump 2 spaces from here directly into the water, so it doesn't help me get across the water. Furthermore, we have this word broken. And so I was doing some experiments with broken because I haven't worked a ton with this word, just to make sure I understood it, and I think I have a better understanding of it now. I wanted to play with flag as broken to see if it would affect any of these rules up here. But for example, if I try to say it is flag, despite the fact that not flag is not flag, that still gets X'd out. So broken, I have determined, refers to objects and not the words of those objects or any rules of those objects. So I think flag is broken basically means any rules that would affect the flag object do not affect the flag object. Oops, it is broken. Means it is you is no longer true because it's a rule that would affect the it object. So I was doing various things, trying like lizard is broken and lizard is shift at the same time to see if I could like turn off the broken at the right moment in time to all of a sudden have the lizard start being shifting or whatever. But that also was not helpful. Because if I say lizard is broken and I have something shiftable on it, breaking lizard is broken, I still have to wait another turn before it starts shifting. And that's pretty much the same thing as if I say lizard is shift. I have to wait another turn before it starts shifting. And so kind of like breaking the broken as a way to like change up the timing doesn't really help you change up the timing. So, then, when thinking about things you could do with broken, this was discovered. If lizard is broken, the lizard can go on the water. That is, water eat all is a rule that should affect the lizard, but lizard is broken, and the rules that affect lizards don't take effect. And so, if the lizard could still be shift, like, and then it became no longer broken anymore, I could, like, step on the lizard and it would shift me up into the area toward the flag. But the moment I take off it's broken, it doesn't come shift until the next turn, and it's already instantly eaten by the water. And so that's also not going to help me. And so I think at this point we played around with all the things I'd previously experimented with on camera. And so now I have to figure out how to solve this puzzle. So another thing that's interesting, it without it is not you. This is something else I was trying. I wanted to do like lizard is, it is lizard, so that like it and the lizard would swap places. And I would turn into a lizard, and the lizard would turn into me. But I've only got one lizard and one it word, and a couple of ises, so I can't seem to swap them back and forth. But I was wondering if like one of them could help the other one get in the middle, and then the other one turn into that one. Because yeah, suppose at some point I'm going to create the rule, lizard is it. But it's after, I guess it would be after it sacrifices its own life to push the lizard or something. So I guess it would have had to have been shift in order to be pushing the lizard. So I'd want it is shift. I'd want to... I need the lizard to be broken right now so that I could push it onto the water. So I guess let's... Oops, don't do that. So if the lizard is broken, I can push it onto the water. And then if I could sacrifice myself and get the lizard up toward the flag, and in the same moment somehow change lizard is broken to lizard is it. So is that possible? If I had all that text here, I could just push that text up. And actually I can push text onto the water. So yeah, this might actually kind of work. Okay, so if I put it is shift on the water here, I think, and then Lizard is broken. Just above it. I want the it underneath the broken, though. And then I'm going to break up it as shift. But I won't break it until it's too late, I think. So if I do this, let's ignore the fact that I'm getting rid of my windward here. So if I do this... No, the moment I put the lizard on the water, it breaks up it as shift. I need it as shift to still be round. And also, I wanted... Okay, I just pushed this in the wrong spot. So I wanted this, but that actually changes to lizard is it. And it changed too quickly. I want all of these one up from where they are. Yeah, I wanted all these rules one up from where they are. So if I had this, put the lizard here, then if I move up one, it is shift. I should shift the broken lizard up one. The lizard will no longer be broken. It will become it. It says lizard is it. Oh yeah, and if I wait one, the lizard will actually turn into it. Okay, and I managed to get across the island. And so now the only thing is I didn't have flag as win, but I could have had it, right? Because I could have just pushed the word flag over here. I think I just solved it. So if I did this, I push up, I wait one. Yeah, that did it. Okay. That's actually really cool. All right. Neat. We solved another puzzle. I suppose we have time to at least look at another puzzle, which I guess would be puzzle 19, Vapor Bomb. What do we have here? Flag is win. Empty feeling boom is boom. So if we ever say empty is boom, it will be double boom. Right now there is only one empty. Bird is you, hedge is stop, rock is push and safe, more is grass. Got it, okay. So the hedges are stop. There is our one empty space. If I say empty is boom, it explodes and then it just starts exploding the whole world. Yep, okay, great. And we have some pushable rocks which we can use to contain the emptiness, as it were. So I need to carve out a path to the flag and use the rocks as barriers. And possibly also the grass as barriers, because I might be able to phrase grass as more at some time. It seems something like that. So if I say... Where am I going to be able to retrieve my words here? Well, let's just do it here for now. I say empty is boom and then turn it back off. Yeah, I think I can never get these words together again. So that's not super great. Where could I say empty is boom and actually get the words back? Like if I do that, it's possible to phrase it at least once more. Is there any way that I could move these words together better? I can't get behind the is over there. Empty is currently pinned to the left wall. So that's my main constraint. And I started in what position? I started like this. Empty's pinned to the left wall. Yeah, it seems like this is as good as anything. Empty's still pinned to the left wall. It's pinned to the top now as well, but the top is still a decent position since I can write words starting with empty vertically. So empty feeling boom is boom is protected by rocks. And I guess this whole bottom right area isn't too bad. The important thing is to make sure the explosions don't start coming after my rules. So actually, I might have wanted this to boom a few more times. So let's wait. If I wait one more time, that's as much as I can do before it starts exploding my rules. And I've made my way most of the way down to the grass, so that's great. My next empty as boom is going to be formed over here. And I probably want to protect those words with rocks, something like this. It's still going to be kind of exploding up here. Is that okay? Let's imagine... Oh, I can't undo this empty as boom, can I? That's a problem. Let's just watch it anyway. I killed me. And then I killed that. Okay. So I didn't put empty as boom in a good spot, I guess. Because I need to be able to do it and undo it again another time, I presume. Also, how did I end up dying there? Oh, it came around the corner through the hedge. Suppose I'd... Hold on. Suppose I'd done this. Then it's going to come across the grass at the top. Yeah. Could I have fled to the south at any point? Doesn't seem like it. Alright. What are the chances I'm going to be able to solve this puzzle in the next 5 minutes? Yeah, there's at least some possibilities. So is there a way I could be pushing rocks? Here's an interesting idea. A way I could be pushing rocks, like, while I'm dealing with empty as boom? Like, while the booms are going off? Be trying to, like, set up some rocks? Oh, no. That does not go well. Those explosions coming quick. I guess also I could... It's just like another thing to think about. Just to add some complexity. I could have pushed... Oh, I guess if I push a rock in this corner, then there's no empty anywhere, and it's never going to boom. It's going to say unveil the empty at some point later on. So is there a way that I can push this and still be able to undo it and redo it? So I guess the explosions are going to come from the south. And so I guess this, if I push down now, I still can't get the word boom out. And if I say empty as boom one more time, I can't tell if there's ever going to be a way for anything to go good for me here. Let's just try it out. Oh, Like, I can't get there in time, but if I could have pushed boom down, I could have stopped it. But yeah, boom is already down. Okay, so that involved pushing empty as boom down. And I think we've already tried pushing it up. If I do this, I can never get the words back. If I do this, that's the one that I tried. That still allows me to boom again. And we're close to getting to grasses more, so suppose I did this. Well, again, I can't turn off the explosions now is the problem. And I need to hold on to the word boom so that I'll be able to do some more explosions in the future. So what is the initial moves I need to make? That's what I'm still struggling with. Oh, I could push boom from left to right, can't I? So if I do something like this, here we go. Now I can turn off the booms and still be able to set them and reset them again. So one more boom would get me into the grasses more place, and then I could protect myself a different way. And so if I just need one more boom that's not going to kill me, that's also resettable, I could do it... Yeah, I could do it like... Except for this is going to kill me. But it would, okay. So I need to be able to turn it back off after this too, right? So I guess I could do something like this. Except for I want to be on the inside. Can I be on the inside? Maybe. Yeah, I could push that back around. So suppose I did this. And I don't think you matter all that much. We'll put you there. But if I push this up... What I want is to be pushing empty up, actually. So let me push empty down first. Then push boom up. And then I do want a rock to the right of me. Which I can still do. I'm not sure that I can do that, actually. Alright, let me just do this. So now I have the ability to say grass is more. And so now I can carefully grow the grass where I want it to grow. And I guess I'm trying to get to the flag. I can't set off any more bombs that aren't going to break up empty as more, can I? Because once again, I've got empty pinned in the corner now. So my only empty is boom spot. I might be able to do it with enough grass. Yeah, so let's try some grass is more. Once I say grass is more, will I be able to undo this rule? Yes, but I can only kind of do it and undo it a few times. So I need to think carefully about, I want to preserve some empty somewhere around here to start growing to the left. So I need to make sure the grass doesn't grow like here. That seems pretty good. So now if I say grass is more, the grass starts growing. I want it to keep growing. I want it to keep growing. I want it to keep growing. And then stop. So there's a bit of empty right here that I've preserved, and I'm going to try to use it to explode over towards the flag. It's also growing towards grasses more, which is pretty scary. And also I just realized I can't turn off empty as boom again, which seems like more of an issue. Is this true? There might be a way. Let's just see how the explosions end up working. Yeah, I haven't made it to the flag yet, and I just lost my boom. And I can't get at the other booms. So I have to keep empty as boom unpinned to corners for longer. So pinning empty up there was still non-tenable. So I have to keep empty unpinned, which means I have to be pushing boom from right to left to form empty as boom. So I want to do this. Push boom from right to left, and then get around it to turn it off. But I'm not fast enough to do that. Could I have been faster if I went a different way? I mean, the explosion's already closing in. I feel like this is one of these puzzles that I don't quite have time to finish today, but it looks like it's going to be a fun one to play around with next time. Anytime you have boom booms, that's always fun in this game. So I'm going to say, I hope as always, that you all are having a great day, and I will see you again soon for more Baba Is You. For now, bye-bye.